Hey, glad you made it. Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Captain Crush. I'm here to discuss NBA prize picks. You click the thumbnail, now sit back, allow me 15 minutes of your hard-earned time, and maybe we can learn something together. If you're new here, smash the subscribe. If you're an old school faithful and or new, smash the like. You know the deal. Leave a comment if you're a real one. Do I even need to ask? It helps the video. It helps the algorithm. You guys know, you guys watch YouTube videos. You know what the creators are asking you to do, so get it done. Now, we have 4 NBA games today to discuss. That's it, just 4 people. And if you watched this video right here yesterday, I sat in this chair and we literally had the play of the day, Cam Whitmore. Bang! Cam Whitmore. Nobody had the stones to tout Cam Whitmore except me, Crush, Captain Crush, your boy, Cam Whitmore. Over 11.5 points. Bang! Sweat-free, cash it. He had 11 in the first half. The man respects coin. My second play of the day, James Harden, 4.5 rebounds. Bang! Sweat-free, cash it too. A 2-piece McNugget. Cash it. It was both sweat-free. It was an amazing thing, Donnie. It was a great thing. Speaking of Donnie, Yo Donnie, we got Donnie on the slate again today. What are we going to do about Yo Donnie? I'm not sure. Evan Mobley's ruled out. Jared Allen's in the mix. They raised his fantasy score by 2. Yo Donnie. Donnie always needs to be considered even with Garland on the floor. Look what he did yesterday. My silly goose self had his under on PRA and he soared over because he's Yo Donnie. You never can go over on Donnie and not feel good about it, but I had under on Donnie. But am I telling you to take over on Donnie today? I don't know. I just felt like saying Donnie's name. Listen, there's only 4 games, so we're gonna have to get creative, and I had a video planned, and then they ruled out LeBron James and Anthony Davis last second, so I had to scrap the whole video. This is take 2. LeBron LeGoat was going to be my main focus of discussion, but hey, he ain't playing today, so we got to adapt. This is life, folks. It doesn't always go your way, but I'll tell you what. Have no fear. Captain Crush is right over here with the man, the myth, the legend, Dante DiVincenzo. Yo, Dante! Can we get a Yo Dante chant going one time? Dante DiVincenzo. I talked about him 2 days ago. Everybody was on. My model wanted this guy to be smashed over, and I was hesitant, but I became a believer by the end of the day. Took Yo Dante, not Donnie, Dante, over fantasy, and he soared. He smashed. And once again, the model's projecting him to soar over again. His fantasy score, I got it in. Where you at? Where you at, Dante? His fantasy score was at a crispy 32.5. They bumped it to 33. I got it in early. I'm lucky like that. But now it's at 33. Can you take it? Absolutely. Don't let that little half a point bump scare you off, DiVincenzo. Yes, every half a point matters, but he's one of those guys. His fantasy points is directly tied to him scoring buckets. So if he's going to hit, he's most likely going to soar. He's going to soar over or he's going to soar under. It's going to be one of the two. Yo, Dante has a fantasy point per minute of 1.02 with a 20% usage rate. Now, the matchup couldn't be better. He's playing against the Poverty Pacers. It just spits off the tongue like that. Rolls off your tongue. Poverty Pacers. It just goes together like butter and pancakes. You know what I mean? I don't even like butter on my pancakes, but I know most of you D-gens do. So here we go. I'm looking at Dante DiVincenzo over 18.5 points. It's minus 119. So we know we're getting a crispy value. Head to head. He's played him one time, 12, 30, 23. You're looking at Dante DiVincenzo and you're seeing a 38-piece McNugget. That's a lot of nuggets, boys. Okay? He's failed to exceed 18.5 points in 17 of his last 19 games at home. But the fact of the matter is this. They're ranked 17th against shooting guards, overall 28th in points allowed. He just torched them. The people, the injuries, whatever you want to call it, is lining up for Dante to step into a new role, and he has been chucking and smashing and getting it done. 33 and 28 in the last 2 games that he played. 39 minutes, 41 minutes, folks. Look at these two. This 19 minutes, we don't even count that. 26 minutes, he still got 16, 25, 37 minutes over here against the Wizards, he got 19. Folks, if he's playing 41 to 39 minutes, let me go over to the quick calculator, boys. I'm going right here to the calculator. 1.02 multiply it times 38. I'm going to subtract 2 minutes. Bang! 38.76 fantasy points. It's not an exact science, folks. It's just fantasy point per minute. You multiply it times how many minutes you think he's going to play. I'm calling it 38. I'm calling him 38, but even if I take off 3 minutes and he plays 35, he still goes over that fantasy point. Okay, now you may come back with the argument, Cap, he's due regression, and I wouldn't begrudge you a bit, because you're absolutely right. Yo, Dante is due some regression, but I don't think it's going to come against the Poverty Pacers, okay? Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? We'll soon find out. But yo, Dante DiVincenzo, He gonna be my play of the day, baby. Dante DiVincenzo. I'm putting him on the thumbnail. Let's go. I ride with you, Dante. And as Lefty said, I die with you, Dante. Don't disappoint. You can take 18.5 points. You can take 33 fantasy score. I got full faith in the model today. It's projecting him for 21 real points and 37 fantasy points. The differential cannot and will not be denied. Not by this guy. I'm going with Dante. Every time I say Dante, I just get a little fired up. There's just something about Donnies and Dantes that get my feet firing. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying, boys. It's just we got 4 games. We gotta do something here, folks. I mean, there just ain't nothing here. Dante's got to show up. If Dante sells me tonight, it's not going to be a fun day. Let me tell you, because I got a lot of coin riding on old Dante. So that's what I got to say about Dante. I hope I made my case. Folks, I ain't here to spoon feed you. You have to make the decision if you want to take that or not. Now, something worth mentioning is if you want to take a run back on the Indiana side of things, Tyrese Halliburton, look at that fantasy score. It's the lowest you're ever going to see it, but he's on a minutes restriction. He only played 22 minutes last game, so be aware of that, okay? But if you did want to take anything Tyrese Halliburton, if you think that he's going to get to play 30 minutes tonight out of nowhere, even on restriction, you could take his fantasy score. I wouldn't begrudge you, but they did have this at 17.5 earlier, or 17. I can't remember. I took it. I know it's been bumped. I put this and Dante in a 2-man, but like I said, it's been bumped. What was it at earlier? I don't have it written down, but I'm telling you, it was. I believe it was at 17 because I was getting 1 assist value because Hallie's at 10 and Brunson's at 8, and I believe it was at 17, so I took it. If you want to eat that bump, folks, you're going to have to decide that for yourself. I ain't here to tell you to eat bumps unless it's Dante DiVincenzo. And the other play of Tyrese Halliburton you could go to would be right here with half a steal. It's always in the mix. Don't worry about the last 5. He's always going to be in the mix. But remember, the Knicks play tough defense, okay? So you got to keep that in mind. I will probably be full fading the run backs except for one individual that I'm going to take a shot on. And I cannot believe that I'm doing this. Once again, I'm just going to trust the model, okay? This is just hot garbage. I can't believe I'm doing this. You want to know why I'm decked out in my Pirates gear today? Look at this jersey. This is a Reynolds jersey. This thing is fuego, son. I know it inverts the image, but I got my Pirates hat, my Pirates jersey. This is just, I'm decked out in Pirates gear today. Poverty Pirates? Question mark? We'll have to wait and see come April, but the fact of the matter is this, it makes me feel good, makes me feel lucky, and I'm gonna need to get lucky with these 2 guys. Now, I'm playing on house money because last time I had Dante and I had Nesmith, Aaron Nesmith, whatever you want to call the kid, and I put him in a 2-piece McNugget, and it soared and cashed, and I doubled down on the second half, and I cashed once again. That's a wonderful feeling, boys, but we want to talk about Aaron Nesmith. Now, both of these are in the mix. I think Aaron Nesmith was at 12.5 or 13.5 earlier. I can't even remember. I just feel like this is high right now. But here's the deal from the notepad. 41 minutes, 37 minutes, 34 minutes, 29 minutes, and 34 minutes in his last 5 games. He's averaging 0.89 fantasy points per minute with an abysmal 16% usage rate. Now, here we are back at the calculator, and check this out. 0.89, multiply it times 38, you get 33. Okay, so if he does play 38 minutes today, on average, he should be able to soar over this. Now, like I said in the beginning, this is a bad matchup for him. Anytime you're playing the Knicks, it's not going to be a good matchup. It's a slow-paced defensive matchup, but the fact is, somebody's going to have to pick up the slack, and old Aaron, has been doing it the last 5 games, and it's still low. The line hasn't been adjusted to reflect it. I believe he was at 22 or 23 fantasy points last game. The line, I can't remember. So that has increased, but I don't think his point line increased too much. I think it's 1 or 2 points that it's up now, which for what he's done, that isn't that much. It's all relative, but the fact of the matter is this. If you want to take a shot on Nesmith, PRA, fantasy, real points, all of it, it's in the mix. That would be your 1v1 optimal run back with Dante DiVincenzo. That's who you could take. Now, we can investigate a little bit further with Aaron and look at him over here on Outlier Bet. You see the points allowed ranked is 2nd. It ain't good. And if you go to small forward and see, but they're ranking 23rd, it's actually good for him. Overall is bad, but his current position is actually good. Now, the line is plus 105, so you automatically know that we're not getting value on PrizePicks. I recommend if you're going to take his real points and not his fantasy score, go over to Sleeper or Chalkboard where you're going to get paid that extra value from plus 105 bets. And you can use promo code CRUSH. You'll get your deposit match, but you will also get a free 30-day trial into my winning Discord where I give you a cheat sheet, a playlist, my model projection, my plays, my live streams, access to all of it. And if you're already a member, just go to CaptainCrush.net, gold package, bang, buy now. If you just want plays, silver package would be for you. Gold package gets you in the cord. It gets you my projection cheat sheet model that looks just like this: player name, fantasy point projection, real point, rebound, assist, steal, blocks, turnover for every player every single day. And you get access into the cord where I do my live streams, and that is where people get the call outs and everything else. That is where we can find W's every day at 4:45 Central. All right, so here we are in my Discord. This was my main slip yesterday. Devin Vassell cash, Whitmore the POTD cash, and Daniel Gafford cashed. James Harden was my first play of the day. They bumped it, so I pivoted to Whitmore, but both there. This was able to cash. I don't show dollar amounts on my slips, folks, but if you see me putting $100, I show that for a reason. That means I'm very confident in it. You need to tail it, okay? You don't have to tail anything else, but if you see that I put 100 on it, please tail it, because that means I'm probably showing you it for a reason. This was another one that I did. Unfortunately, Brogdon hooked. He didn't have a good shooting night. That was unfortunate. And then this was the 2.1x. Every day I try to post a daily double play where it's a goblin and another normal play and it pays 2x. You put your 25, you double up, it pays for your membership. This was sweat free. KD got like 33 and Kevin Huerter had a bunch. His real line hit too for what it's worth. My sleeper slip also cashed. My chalkboard slip unfortunately hooked because I took James Harden R plus A instead of just taking the rebounds there like a simp. But the fact is, boys and girls, yesterday was a good day. Folks, if you are in my Discord, post your winning slips under the winning slip tab, not in the general chat. I have no way to call you out if you don't post them in there. Everyone posted in the general chat like a bunch of degens. Put it where it's supposed to go. I'm begging you. That's the only way I can give you your shout out that you guys ask me for. So enough plugging the Discord, but again, if you do want to get in there, CaptainCrush.net, and I will see you on the live stream today at 4:45 where we're going to go over it all. But back to Mr. Aaron Nesmith, okay? Or Nesmith, whatever you want to call him. I love mispronouncing names. Stephen Kurai, for example. But the fact is, you got to take a shot on this guy. I don't like it. I don't love it. In fact, I hate it. I think it's absolute dog water. But look at what he did on 12/30. Him and DiVincenzo both put up monster games, and I'm trying to get lightning in a bottle twice. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I will live to see another day. It is February 1st. And hopefully we can start off the day with a bang. So I'm done talking about those two. I made my case for Dante and Aaron Nesmith. So now we got to sift through here and see what else we can find. There's only 4 games, folks, and I'm doing this live. There's nothing really else here that I like. And as I'm saying this, my Lord in heaven, as I'm saying this, they bumped up my boy Dante to 19. So now you best be on that fantasy point, sir. If you want to take it at 18.5, get your Rudy Pooty chalkboard or sleeper. Now I'm just going to be real with the YouTube audience. You best be smashing that like button, because I'm telling you, I've been watching the competition. I've been watching the other content creators to see what's good, to see what they do. And folks, I am doing God's work, okay? Some of these guys, I literally turn them on if I'm trying to get some shut-eye. You know what I'm saying? So just go ahead, smash the like. I appreciate it, and we'll talk about it later. And you best get in that live stream if you can. Now, I'm digging, folks. I'm digging in this dumpster. There's nothing really here that I like, but there is one thing that I could possibly tell you guys to stomach, okay? Remember, no AD and no LeGoat James, so we're kind of stuck with up a creek without a paddle. But before I get into that, John Collins, 28.5 fantasy score, folks. I will continue to ride this train, okay? He sold, actually, no, he didn't sell because his line was only 24 or 26 and he covered or whatever it was. And he doesn't get a lot of minutes, and I've said that, and that is something. But no Joel Embiid tonight. I'm just going to take John Collins, and I'm going to take it until they put his score at 30, okay? He's been cashing. All these 5 are technically green. He's been cashing as long as I can remember, and he only plays 25 minutes a game. If he does get 30 to 35 minutes, it's going to be sweat-free. I'm taking a shot on Collins. I don't care. I'm not getting talked off about it. And I want to say something about Nesmith back again, too. The plus EV models, DGF, OddsJam, and stuff like that, they're forcing the under here because the books have it at 26 and everything else, but I don't think the books have adapted yet to his new role in the offense. I'm just saying that. I put that as a disclaimer. You should probably be taking less there long term, but again, I'm not doing that. Same thing with John Collins for that matter. It's probably supposed to be less, but I'm just taking more. And I explained my reasoning. But now let's talk about the guys that I was going to talk about. You're going to have to make a choice, just like I said the other day. Austin Reaves or D'Angelo Russell. Now, D-Russ just played the game of his life in the opposite direction. Talk about abstract poverty. D. Russell sold everyone. 9 points against the Hawks. The best matchup money can buy, and you sold with 9 points. Absolutely ridiculous. And it was Reaves, the Reavester, who went berserk with 28. Now, that can flip-flop at any time, boys. It's going to be D-Russ and Reaves running the show tonight. And the TD Ameritrade Center in the Boston Garden and the Boston Celtics Arena, folks. It's going to be D'Lo and Austin Reaves. But you also have to factor in blowout equity because they're playing without the two biggest stars, and even with those two stars, it was still possible that a blowout could happen. So you have to figure out which one of these two guys. Collins, get out of my slip right now. We ain't talking about you. Reaves or D'Lo, okay? Both of these guys are in the mix. Now, I have their goblins up, but even their goblins, that's not safe. Don't be fooled thinking that a goblin is safe. It still needs to be required and researched. I don't think they have a full point lineup for either of these guys yet. You're going to have to wait for the live stream. More reason to get in there. But the fact is, you need to consider, I advise taking a rigged coin like I have right here, a rigged American quarter. Flip it. Heads, Reaves. Tails, D'Lo. That's how you decide which one of those two you're going to put in the mix. It's really that simple, okay? I don't need to go into any analytical breakdown for those two guys. They're in a situation where LeBron and Davis are off the court. Figure out which one of those two you're going to play. You already know that, guys. I'm not going to pretend that you guys don't have that type of an IQ to figure that out. One of those guys is probably going to go off. They both could go off or they both could sell, but that's up to you to decide, okay? I talked about Donnie Mitchell. If I was going to target Donnie Mitchell, yo, Donnie! I already took his RA. His RA earlier at 11.5. He soared over his RA yesterday at 11.5. It's at 12.5 now. It was at 11.5 at minus 140. Then it went to 12. Now it's at 12.5. I don't know what to do there at 12.5. That's a ridiculous bump. I'm not even going to tell you guys to take more. I'm not going to tell you to take less. I'm just throwing it out there. I took it over at 11.5. So if you want to take a full point bump, folks, that's up to you. I'm just keeping it 100, being transparent. Everything else that I gave out last night has been bumped. Literally everything. I'm not going to give all the plays that I gave that are behind the paywall on YouTube, but every one of them have been bumped to high heaven. This is ridiculous. It's only a 4-game slate. What are we doing, PrizePicks? You got to ease off the gas a little bit. Give the people what they need. Give the people what they want. Give us some value, baby. Well, I'm pretty much just going to cut it there. I'm going to say one more thing, guys. When you are building your slips, if you are just chasing 6-mans and demons every single day, you ain't winning. What are you doing? Stop chasing the 6 legs every day. You can make your 6 legs, but make sure you're taking 2-mans in addition to that. Not these particular 2. Whatever 2 you decide. So let me just give an example. So let's just say you went this route right here. I'm only talking about this on YouTube. I talk about this stuff in my Discord every single day. So if that interests you, get in there. I teach you fundamentals. If these are your 2 core plays, okay, these guys need to be your 2 anchors in all your slips. 1 and a 2-man, and then let's just say you were going to stack up 3 other players with it. Let's just say you were going to take Donnie, Collins, and D'Angelo Russell 22.5 points for argument's sake. Let's just say this was the 5-man you were going to run. Okay, so you made the 2-man, and then when you make a 5-man, these 3 are your darts. Donnie, John, and Russell, and these 2 are your core plays. This is just for example's sake. Do not at me and comment me and be like, Cap gave this slip out and it didn't hit. Even if it does hit, don't at me because I'm using it as an example, okay? I talked about all these plays individually, but how you build the slip is up to you. But you need to stop chasing 5 and 6 legs only. That's ridiculous. You're not getting rich overnight. You need to be grinding out 2 to 3x wins, and that is how you build your bankroll. And the 5 and 6 leg slips are gravy. Okay, that's how it needs to be considered. Now, I'm not going to go into a deep dive on this. I was going to, but now I changed my mind. I talk about this in my Discord. If you want to get in there, you know where to go. CaptainCrush.net. Now, I'm cutting it short. Short video today, only 4 games, and I got a lot of stuff to do for my paid subscribers. So with that in mind, subscribe, smash the like if you like the cut of my jib. If you want to jip and jive with Captain Crush, show me some love in the comment section. I bid you adieu. I wish you all the best, and here's the salute. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, look at these pirate jerseys, boys. Let's crush.